Welcome to Bike Life Reflections and Lessons. Day 13. Originally my day 13 was supposed to be something completely different than what it is now. I'm going to put that at day 14. So the person that's watching, you already know who I'm talking to. Stay tuned for tomorrow. This video is a bit different because I had a conversation with a rider who just got injured. I don't know if it was on a bike or off the bike. I'm assuming it was on a bike. I didn't ask. But it made me realize and reflect on the things that I've been through when I was out there. And if I'd have known certain things, then maybe I could have prevented a lot of the accidents or tragedies from happening. Now, in this culture, it's inevitable that majority of the time that you're going to at least fall. Sometimes you get in accidents. If you're lucky, if you're one of the blessed ones out there, you may have not gotten to an accident. And knock on wood, pray that doesn't come in your direction. But when you're out there sometimes in the pack, you have to pay attention to the signs that are given to you before those accidents happen. And I guarantee you a lot of riders that have been in bad accidents, they can go back and replay in their mind like, you know what? I know I should have put the bike up there, or I should have not did this there or not forced it. And that just doesn't apply for just bikes. That applies to life itself. Pay attention to your intuition and signs that come to you. Now, I've had many situations where I've been out in the pack so many times where I'm living in paradise. Like, all right, I'm escaping out here. I'm having a good time. But then, like I said in the video before, you can only be in paradise for too long. Like, you got to go back and face reality. And I always felt like the higher ups will always give me signs like, hey, it's time for you to leave right now. It's time to go. You had enough. You had this is your expiration for the time out here in this paradise in this moment. And often when those times come, ego kicks in like, nah, I'm going to stay out here a little bit more. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And 9 times out of 10, that's when something happens. Either an accident, somebody, or you can chase something alters your timeline of that day after you didn't pay attention, after you're forcing yourself. Now, one thing I want to say to help prevent you from getting in accidents out there, to help you prevent bad things from occurring. Sometimes they're going to naturally happen, but one thing I say, know when to put your bike up. Know when to wrap it up. Have that self-awareness and intelligence within you to know like, okay, I've been out here for 6 hours around the same block, same neighborhood. I think it might be it for me. That might be it for me. Let me back up, guys. And have enough confidence in yourself to be like, you know what? I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. They could be like, yo, we're going to go down. We're going to go up top real quick. Or let's go for one more spin. If you feel that you personally have to put up, listen. You're being guided. Listen. Because the moment you don't, that's when stuff start hitting the fan. Either for you, for somebody else, but you had the signs there. There's a couple moments where I've been in the culture where I leave early. I might be out there for an hour, 2 hours, and people are like, all right, that's it for me, guys. I know my limits. I know when I get the signs time to put up. I know when those signs come. That comes from experience. And a lot of the new guys out there, a lot of you guys aren't at that stage of being aware within yourself of knowing when to put up. The signs are always there. You might be riding past a few cop cars like 10 times. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm going in the wrong direction. Hey, yo, let's alter this route. Let's go. I feel this is coming, so let's just try to avoid this in this manner. Or, things like that happen. You have to know when to put up. Only you know when that time comes. Second thing, sometimes a lot of riders like to challenge themselves a bit more, especially when the camera's out there. You like to do things and push yourself to the limit when it's not really that time for it. There's a lot of the accidents I've seen has always, most of the time, have come in a place of people just wanting to get that extra willy in. Like, you done practice all day, you've been getting busy all day, and you on your way home, or you see somebody, you're like, let me just test the waters one more time. You go do that, accident happens. And it's like, you know what? I don't know why I was forcing this. It's like forcing a willy, speed willing. That's one reason why James, my name's to tell me, yo, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Or when I first started willing, and Roscoe was like, you got to slow it down. Able to drop your bike back in control, and you can analyze the situation once you're at that drop back point. Those little few seconds help. Same thing with this lifestyle. When you out there, you got to know when to drop back and just analyze and observe. And get the answers you need to make your moves to move forward. It's crucial to be connected with yourself to understand how to maneuver out in the world. Because if you're ignoring the signs within you, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You're setting yourself up for failure. Third thing I wanted to say. When you get hurt, if you get hurt and you're in the hospital and you're going through those emotions, you're going through that experience of hurt, of a lot of pain, of realizing that your life has changed from doing something that you love. One thing is I wanted you to know that if this happens, this is the universe, this is God, this is your angels, your spirit guides telling you to, hey, you survived this. This is nothing. I know it seems like a lot, but this is here for a reason. We sat you down for a reason, and you have so much more coming to you. Just trust in what's going on. But during this time, you're going to experience a lot of pain because there's people around you that you may have thought that would be in your corner or checking up on you. And when that doesn't happen, it brings a lot of sad emotions, a lot of disappointment. For some people, a lot of anger and bitterness. But realize it's all right. Take notes on the people that are around you during those times. Take notes on the people that are just hitting you up to just get the tea. Everything has been aligned for you and put in your place to see who's for you. And to allow yourself to move forward with a good mindset. Because again, if you're out there for so long, you'll have your signs to relax. But when you get in that moment where you are inadvertently put to relax by the higher ups, start to question everything during those times. And if I knew back then when I was hurt, on how things would turn out, if I was in some accidents, if my thought process would have been at a level of like, hey, you know, it's all right. People got their own lives. Things are happening for a reason. It's all right. I may not see it right now, but I will soon. That would have helped a lot for me. So I'm putting this video out to let riders know if you are hurt, if you are in an accident, heal first. Try not to go back and hop back on the bike just to feed your ego. Like, you know, I can do this. It's cool. No, sometimes relax. Sit yourself down. Get yourself together. Because this ain't a game out here. This is something extremely serious. And your life can change in a split second. Take that time to focus on what truly matters to you. Because the bikes, I know they matter. I know they mean a lot. I know you get a lot of joy from being out there. I know that it take you away from everything. But the things that are going on can be fixed. Those problems won't be given to you if you couldn't handle it. So when a bigger higher ups put you through those pains, through those accidents, or those moments of distress, again, you wouldn't be put through that if you couldn't handle it. This is the time to get more connected with you, your family, and then also write down of how you're feeling to get more connected with you, with yourself. I'm telling you all these things because if you get more connected with yourself in this time and just understand and accept what has happened, everything you're learning right now can be applied back to the bike swing if you get back to it, if you decide to. But it mostly can be applied to life. Able to see things clear, able to make better decisions for you so that you can maneuver through life more efficiently, more joyfully. I wanted to put this video out too for my guy I was talking to. My guy, Low Key J Blocks. Low Key J Blocks. If you guys can right now, man, I met this guy in Newburgh. And every time I see him, it's always such good vibes. And he got into an accident recently. Well, again, I said I don't know how he got hurt, so scratch that. But I know he's in the hospital right now and talking to him. He said he had a collapsed lung. And I know the emotions of being in that hospital room and how your life has just stopped in a snap of a finger. And I know sometimes it can be down. There's a lot of ups and downs in that process. One moment you think you're happy, you think you're cool, but then when it gets silent, it's like, oh, hold up. It becomes an uncomfortable space that you have to get comfortable with. You cannot run from that. There's no paradise to run to at that point. The higher ups them sat you down. Now you got to face it. Now you're forced to face everything that you were going through. Now you got some extra stuff because you got to deal through this. Not saying that's the case for everybody. But what I want y'all to do is, you can go to Low Key J Block's IG and just send them some love, man. I know those small comments of encouragement, small voice messages, a post, anything that helps. Trust and believe. When people in the hospital, they see everything. I know I did. And I appreciated everybody. And those small comments, small people reaching out, big people reaching out, it meant the world to me. It gave me an extra boost to keep moving. At your lowest time, when you don't want to move anymore, when you feel like you're done. That's what I always felt like we had the culture for. When people are down, try to step in to help out. So it doesn't have to be financially, although that is great. Sometimes just a genuine message, letting them know that, hey, I'm sorry this happened to you. I'm here for you. You want to talk? I'm here. Or I'm going to send you, if I don't want to talk, I'm going to send you some encouragement in the mornings or at night when I know you by yourself, and you may need somebody to there and talk to let you know that you're not alone. This is what I got into the bike life for moments like this, because these are moments that I experienced in the beginning. And I've seen other riders show other riders that when they were hurt, somewhere down the line, that has disappeared. Maybe there in a few people, but for the most part, it's not the same. But that's all right, because all we can do now is focus on what's happening right now and what we can do to help make a difference, help make all our lives better. With that being said, y'all, Like, I had footage I wanted to show y'all. Matter of fact, let me show y'all that. This is one moment that I had plenty signs to stop playing around and just chill. And I ignored them. And I had them from intuition, and I also had them physically. There was a time I was on my scooter, and there's a certain point where my ego was kicking in. Like, I was really good cutting up through traffic on the scooter while recording. And since I couldn't really, because I was being a camera guy, I wanted to find this space to have some fun. Like, my ego was like, let me kick in, let me have some fun. Show people what I can do. So if I'm recording, and it's a bunch of like 400s, no disrespect to the 400 guys, you guys are good at what you do. But I'm recording a bunch of 400s at the time. I'm like, yo, this is boring. Like, speed up. Like, what you guys are doing is good, but it's a 400. I'm like, don't disrespect it, y'all. I'm not judging, but I'm like, right now it's not bringing no excitement to me. So what I did, I was like, I'm just cut up through traffic. Hit the gas. I'm about to bob and weave. That's what I do. Bob and weave, bob and weave. So I'm cutting up the traffic in New York. Seen one guy, he was like, oh. I'm like, man, whatever. I'm me. I'm biz. What you mean? Bobbing and weaving. I bobbed. I made one more weave. I looked up and I said, ooh wee. And I knew I was going too fast where I was like, I'm about to crash. So what I did was, you can see the camera go down because I usually just ride with one hand. The camera's here. And once I looked that way, the moment you guys see the truck was parked. It was double parked in the street. As soon as the camera sees that, I think it might have been a Tahoe. But at the same time that I saw the Tahoe. And the speed I was going, I said, you're not going to make this. So I had to use the back brake. That camera dropped so quick, and I slammed on the back brake and tried to slide to the right. Because I knew if I would have went head on, I would have went through the back windshield. So I slid the bike, and I had to like drop the bike, like I was in like a motocross or something like that. And I slid and hit the back bumper, where there wasn't much damage done. And I kind of like hopped off perfectly. First thing I said, I was like, dang, I was drawing. I knew better. But during that time, the pack had like looked at me because I was in the wrong. I hit his truck. First thing I did, I went to him. I said, I'm like, hey, what's your number? Take your number down. I want to make sure I cover your bumper. And he might have been a little tipsy for real, because he was like, nah, don't worry about it. I was like, nah, what's your number? But I think he might have felt intimidated because the way the culture like stood up for me, then like everybody looked around. Some people were looking around like, yo, like, we here with you. But then other people, I feel like they were looking around like, all right, how best gonna handle this? Because you always talking about how to handle things in a certain pack, how to handle things respectfully. How are you going to handle it? So I went to him first, like, yo, it's all right. Like, what's your number? I'll cover the damages. What's your number? He was like, I don't worry about it. It's cool. And I was like, you sure? He was like, yeah, go ahead. It's all right. Got on the bike and I pulled off. Shook hands, pulled off, and I was like, all right, happens to the best of us. But that moment, I had the signs to chill out. And I ignored them about 3 times. The higher up said, okay, say no more. That being said, y'all, I got more footage coming for y'all tomorrow. Look after your people. Check on them when they get hurt. And for the ones that have been in accidents and did not make it, my condolences to all of you, because there has been a lot of people that have passed away on these bikes that I haven't spoken on over the years. So we take a moment of silence for them. That'd be good. Peace and love to y'all. Look out for each other. And spread more love and positivity. Until tomorrow.